Good Monday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monday's Market Outlook here at Top Gun Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz, and back from Aspen. Went from the snow to the sand. Great sunrise this morning. Got some meditation on. I'm here at the airport, out at the hangar here in Pompano. Doc and I, we jumped into the Cessna 414 and flew up to Melbourne, taking a look at L39. That's for sale up there. Guy had two P-51 Mustangs in that hangar as well, both German killers, man. Awesome airplanes. I think this might be the one. I'm not going to jinx myself, but can't wait to get an airplane for the foundation and to really start raising awareness for to prevent veteran suicide. It's devastating. It's heartbreaking, and we need I am going to do something about it. Okay, I told you this 3850 level was kind of going to either be a magnet or a springboard here, because it was resistance for a good week or so before the Wall Street bets revolution got squashed. We zipped through it with some airspeed, and clearly, folks, markets tend to overcorrect to the downside and then overcorrect to the upside, and then we kind of find some happiness here. This isn't the big one. First thing I said this morning, buy the dip. Absolutely buy the. All dips will be bought until further notice. How about that? You just can't fight Joe Biden, Janet. You probably could fight Joe Biden, Janet Yellen, and Jerome Powell. I mean, with what they're gonna, what we've already injected, it's liquidity, folks. It's got to go somewhere. So, here's the S&P 500 gap down at the open and kind of slowly climbing out of the basement here. Hell, we might even turn positive for the day. What caused this? I'll talk about in a couple minutes here, but let's kind of do a quick strategy brief. In stupidity news, I think this is great. Coca-Cola is training its employees to try and be less white. You can't even believe this presentation that is being given to Coca-Cola employees. I've never seen a more racist presentation in my entire life, and that's saying a lot. And then stupid Navy news. I think it was the CNO, the Chief of Naval Operations. They're coming out with some sort of oath, like diversity oath or something that you have to take. I read it and I about threw up. Hey, CNO, go F yourself, man. We take an oath. It's to support and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I got to tell you, man, you see a flag draped coffin coming off of an airplane coming home out of Dover Air Force Base. I've never met anybody who wore a uniform whose first question was, what color was he or she? It's a disgrace. This country is. Hey, folks, here's some breaking news. Reverse racism is still racism. This is insane. So thank you, Coca-Cola, for giving me the ultimate reason to ditch my Diet Coke fixation. In other stupid Washington news, huge amount of lawmakers, staff seeking therapy after the Capitol riot. So we have veterans with traumatic brain injury, real PTSD, who can't even get seen at the VA, but lawmakers and their staff with their PTSD, right? AOC, who wasn't even at the Capitol, she was in her office building, suffering from PTSD. These people are a disgrace. These snowflakes are a disgrace. We have people suffering from real PTSD. So how about lawmakers and their staff get treated at the VA? First of all, get in line, and second of all, prove that you have PTSD. Of course they won't, folks. Like John McCain. 10, 12 vets died in his state in Arizona. What did he say about the VA? The VA's fine. Suck it up. Deal with it. And then he hopped on his private jet and flew to the Mayo Clinic for cancer treatment. Really is two Americas, folks. It's not Republican versus Democrat. It really is us versus the elites, and it's a disgrace. I saw this headline, and I was flying back from Colorado, about jumped out of the airplane. This is a disgrace. Go seek treatment at the VA. Then maybe you can talk. UK COVID-19 vaccine rollout data shows substantial drop in infections. Findings add evidence that vaccines provide significant, if not complete, protection against COVID-19. That's great. I will never take a COVID vaccine ever in my life. I love the people that, and God bless, isn't it like your body, your choice type of thing? Are we still doing that? But anyway, I love the vaccine folks. They're like, you have to, and this and that. And I'm like, oh, great. What are the long-term effects? And then you kind of get that blank stare like, We don't know. I don't want to be lying on the couch in 10 years with an arm coming out of my forehead, watching the Donner and Donner law firm saying, "Were you forced to take the COVID vaccine? You might be entitled to compensation." Whatever. I haven't talked about the COVID thing much at all because the market, as we predicted this time last year, March-ish is when I said COVID fatigue. The market and America will get COVID fatigue, and it will be in a rearview mirror, and it is. It was weird being in Colorado, man. I had to sign a Pitkin County affidavit on all this COVID stuff. I had to take a COVID test before I flew out there. I'm in Florida, man. It's wide open. Flew up to Melbourne, walking around the airport. Nobody's got masks on. It's stupid. How are we the United States of America, right? Texas and Florida are open. California, New York, and the limousine liberal shitholes are closed. And the rates are about the same, if not less, in Florida. Don't come here. Rockets. A rocket attack, U.S. Embassy in Baghdad, a week after a deadly assault. That prior attack injured multiple U.S. service members and killed at least one non-American contractor. Remember what happened when they did this under Trump? He turned General Soleimani into hair, teeth, and eyeballs. It was like Reagan when the Libyans blew up a disco in Berlin. I think a 19-year-old army kid died. About a month later, they came to the Reagan and said, "Hey, sir, we found out the Libyans did it." He's like, "Okay, great," and bombed them into the Stone Age. You didn't hear from Gaddafi for 30, 40 years until Obama and Clinton. We'll leave that alone. So here we go. Iran snubs Biden overture for nuclear talks. Lift sanctions, then we'll respond. How about this? Iran wants compensation for the $1 trillion in damage inflicted on their economy by U.S. sanctions. Democrats love this word, so I'm sure they're going to pay. Whether those compensations will take the form of reparations, whether they take the form of investment, or whether they take the form of measures to prevent a repeat of what Trump did. I respect the Iranians. Why? Because this is Obama 3.0. Obama 2.0 flew billions of dollars in cash at night, in the middle of the night, on unmarked airplanes to give to the mullahs. How'd that work out for us? It's a disgrace. So here we go. I'm breaking out my old acronym from years ago. What is it? FIROC? F-I-R-O-C. What's going to impact the market this year? The Fed, Iran, Russia, oil, China. You can drop the O. Okay? But, or what was it? There was an N in there for North Korea. Anyway, so Biden's going to, Harris is going to face all these issues, and we're going to kiss their ass. They're not going to do anything. They're going to build a nuke, and Israel's going to attack Iran. Print that. Petrobras, Brazil markets crash. EWZ, man. I hadn't looked at the EWZ in a while. Look at that SPX, man. We were in the weekly options brief at noon. I said, what? I might be putting on a SPX day trade bull put spread, and I didn't. And, of course, the market went up. EWZ, Brazil. The iShares Brazil ETF down about 5. Wow, it climbed out of the basement. Look at that. At noon, what they tell you right there is noon. I said get long the EWZ. Need to start listening to myself. But it imploded because Bolsonaro, the Trump of the tropics, appoints retired Army general to lead the state oil giant. That's a good thing. I would have bought this dip, and I didn't. So stocks, folks, kind of gap down amid what? Rising bond yields. I don't want to have your eyes glaze over with a bond discussion here, folks, but when bond yields start going up, that's a less risky investment than what? Stocks, even though it's the full faith and credit of the United States government is a joke. So investors' bet on economic rebound have contributed to sell-off in the government bonds. So this happened last week when I was skiing. The bond market started rearing its ugly head a little bit, like people were starting to mosey on over to the bond pit and getting in there. Why? But this is orderly, folks. This certainly wasn't a Wall Street Reddit bets rebellion. It wasn't these shit shows back in the fall. This is a nice, smooth. There's the implosion. There's the bounce off the 50 and nice kind. This isn't panic, right? That's how you know to buy these dips. Would have bought them with both hands. So the mats, not me, the mats today are getting hammered. Microsoft, Amazon, Apple, and Tesla. But let's see. Before I jumped on the air, Microsoft was climbing out of the basement. Let's take a look. The charting on E-Trade sucks. 6 months, nope. 3 months, nope. No chart. Oh, okay. There you go. How about today? Yeah. There's noon. I said, buy the dip. Need a little bit of a stronger rebound out of that. Where's Amazon? Apple's rotten. I can't wait to get out of Apple. I've had it with Apple. All right. Well, it might actually get up to where it opened today. What did we open at? 128. Okay. Well, the Mats were getting hammered. Now they're not. Yellen sets the stage for higher corporate taxes. Yeah, of course. That's gonna be great. Yield curve control and a digital dollar. I love academics. This woman has never started a business, never responsible for P&L. She never went a couple months living off the credit card so your employees could get paid. Has no clue about the business world. So, Ms. Yellen, if you came up with a Top Gun Options corporate tax, do you think I'm going to pay it? Of course I'm going to pay it because I'm a great American. I'm not paying it though. My customers will. It's so stupid. We need to go after, Jeff Bezos said, we need an Amazon tax. Do you think the dude's do you think he's a charity? The richest man in the world. I guarantee he isn't a charity. Didn't get rich by being a charity. It will be passed on to customers. So not only are your taxes going up under Joe Biden, when they slap corporate taxes on corporations that aren't charities, you're going to pay for it. It's namaste. Nima mala beads. It's a disgrace. I love academics. There's a revolving door between liberal academia and the government, and it's a disgrace. Those who can't teach or go into government. Good job. We talked about this last week, the two pins that will pop the stock market bubble: inflation and interest rates going up. Joe Biden. Jerome Powell a couple weeks ago even hinted at raising rates, and the market imploded. Not going to happen. He has to do it eventually, and when that happens, you will see the market implode. Hedge funds clash over stocks. The recent 13Fs that came out, there are people in and out, man. I can't stand Alphabet. I hope it goes out of business. I don't call it Alphabet. It's called Google. Amazon. A lot of buying and selling of Amazon in the fourth quarter. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation Trust. Duquesne, Maverick, Melvin Capital. I really listen to what Melvin Capital has to say, idiot. Reduced their Amazon position. Appaloosa, Corvex, Temasek, never heard of me. So, folks, listen to me. If you haven't looked at it, go to the press page on Amazon and look at their number. I've never seen anything like this in my entire existence. The insane amount of money that Amazon makes. So people are sitting here like, what's going on with Amazon, Wiz? It does this. It explodes, trades sideways for a while, explodes. It's not exploding down, folks. Even if the market implodes, hedge funds managers don't get paid to sit on cash. They have to deploy capital somewhere. So math will matter eventually, right? When you look around a shit show market, you're going to flock to companies that make money. Microsoft, Amazon, run to Ma, right? I added Apple and Tesla, so run to Matt. I don't know. Tesla's, of course, I buy 500 shares of Tesla and finishes near dead last in the 2021 JD, whatever. Again, folks, I'm not in. If I value Tesla as a car company, it's worth $90, $100 with a tailwind. It's not. It's my cocktail sauce shrimp analogy. Shrimp are a vehicle for eating cocktail sauce. Tesla is a vehicle for me not eating Elon Musk. Okay, all right, I got to get going. We have solo Amazon in 24 minutes at 2 o'clock, and I will see you guys there. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and God bless. Namaste.